Uh, and thank you, Tony, for jumping on it, for having me on it. Beyond humbled, honored to give the share anytime to inspire people and just what's possible with this. Is my story is unique, but it's unlike everyone who's coming to this business. As someone who just had a faith, hope, and a plan, and trying to make something better for themselves and for their family, and go out there and help some people and get paid along the way. And so, thank you for having me on, and thank everybody that's joining me today. I'll jump through a little bit of some stuff, and then tell you a little bit of backstory if those who may don't know me, which is totally fine because I am not important. My wife tells me every day, but I'll do my best to try to just be understanding that I know what you're going through, right? Because I basically come from nothing, and now I get to wear I put this jacket on from JCPenney and it makes me look fancy. So, that's my life now. But, the bigger goal, I think, for all of us is just to understand that if we keep taking steps forward, understanding that slow progress is still progress, that great things can happen for us if we plug into this business model. So, but, hello, everybody. My name is Grady Polcyn. I got started in FFL in 2018. Before that, I did MLMs for about 7 years, lotions, potions, energy drinks, protein powders, just doing my best to try to get people to become entrepreneurs, even though they didn't want to. But I created a bunch of customers and learned about Jim Rohn and public speaking, and didn't make any money the whole time. Got out of that after 7 years and started a software company, built that up from zero, and had a good time learning a lot about tech, right? More like email marketing, text marketing, websites, boot camps, a lot of the things that we use now, from drip campaigns and onboarding training that, kind of came from things that I'd learned there and then brought to FFL. Then Andrew and I have done our best to share with everybody, to help everybody kind of continue to grow while they're putting their own label across it as well. And, but what happened was, after 4 years, I just wasn't making enough money, right? I think we were making a couple grand a month as the owners of a company, because when you're the owner of a company, you get paid last, right? You got to pay your software engineers, you got to pay your overhead, you got to pay all these expenses. And we were doing 300,000 a month in revenue as a company, but I don't think I took a paycheck for the back half of 2017. And, but, the big dude upstairs reached down and patted me on the head and said, it's time to stop suffering. And I ran into Andrew Taylor, and he put me in this Facebook group, and I saw all the numbers, 5, 10,000 a week, 10, 20,000 a month, 30, 40. I'm like, these are insane. Like, if I can do 10% of this, our life will change forever. And plugged in, followed the system, started selling insurance. And our first month, I wrote 14, which was incredible. More money I'd ever made in a month and in 3 months in my whole life. And, the money was amazing. And what do you do after you have a huge month? You go to Disneyland, right? So we went on vacation my second month and had a good time there. But then all of a sudden, we're at her mom's house, and a couple of chargebacks come in, and we bought her mom a TV and filled her pantry with groceries. And then all of a sudden, it's like, well, where's the new money? And I'm like, well, we're at your mom's house in California, and we live in Arizona, so we need to get home so I can go run appointments. And so, got focused after the second month. Don't go on vacation if you start making some money. Just stay focused, keep your head down. And our third month, I wrote 30, and changed my life forever. Got comfortable, getting uncomfortable, pounded trainings in my head. Listen, every breathing, waking moment, I listened to someone talking about overcoming final expense objections, building rapport in the home, take your shoes off, how you hold your bag, get out the car and wave, all the things. All we did was run in-home appointments. Now people are like, who's this old guy here? And I'm like, I'm 39. I'm not that old, but at the same standpoint, the new way we do it virtual is incredible, but the way we did it was just appointments, right? So for the virtual appointments or in-person appointments, it's appointments. That's the goal. How many people are we presenting our products and trying to solve their solutions? So, I got to 30 my third month. By the end of our first year, I'd hit vice president. I started building in about June, July, and hit it by November. By my math, I was one of the fastest people to ever hit VP back then. I'm sure people have done it significantly faster, but it was just out of sheer desire to share this business opportunity with other people, because it had quickly started to change my life. And I really didn't know what an agency could do for me, but Andrew's like, just go teach some people what you say. And I was like, I just say the stuff that Trey and Jack Yu and John Wetmore say. Like, these aren't my words. He's like, but just tell them what you say, and you'll start to develop a team. And, lo and behold, I got better at selling insurance. I got better at sharing the story. VP by my end of 2018. We're doing 450 by the end of 2019. Doing 1.7 by the end of 2020. And now, fast forward a couple of years, we're doing between 8 and 10 million a month. And it's not because of me at any way, shape, or form. I've been blessed to find great people. But that's really how this business works, is if you will give everything you have in you to make yourself as good as you could become, then people will feel that, that'll resonate with them, and they'll want to follow you, right? Good line is light yourself on fire and people will run for miles, will travel for miles to watch you burn. And for me, I just was so passionate about selling and like, how good can I get? How many, give me an objection, right? Can I get, I can't wait to overcome another objection, right? Oh, you want to need to think about it? Which one am I going to, which weapon am I going to pull out to kill? I need to think about it. Oh, you don't love your kids? You think you're rich parents? I didn't get that way with people, but you want to sometimes, right? But that was, for me, was how good could I get at selling, and then how good could I get at teaching? And I think that's where you guys live, is in this world of, as I'm progressing as this new business owner, your future is dictated on the level of your skills, right? A great math problem is knowledge plus skills equals value to the marketplace, right? The height of your knowledge, what you know, what you learned from personal experience or books you've read or people you've counseled or events you've gone to, plus your skills, how good are you at overcoming objections, making people feel comfortable, building credibility in the home or on the phone, making agents feel confident to go out there and dial the phone and move forward as an agency manager, will equal your value to the marketplace. What's your value? What the world will pay you. You don't make a lot of money, you're not that valuable. You make a lot of money, you're very valuable, right? And so for some of that makes crystal clear sense, but the whole goal is, how can I get better and better and better and better, and put myself in a position where I can continually keep taking incremental progress. And it doesn't have to be massive leaps forward every single day, week, or month. But if you just get, what's the line? If you get 0.1% better every day, at the end of a year, you'll be 100% better. It's just micro increations. And so that's just kind of the beginning of my business at FFL, and fortunate and blessed that Integrity saw enough value in allowing me to partner with them. And now I've been coming in on 3 years as an Integrity partner with Integrity Marketing Group. And they've got tremendous resources and support systems that have allowed us to continue to grow and create great tools. You'll see soon here, we've got a really cool, massive company-wide recruiting website that they've been working on. And that'll be delivered out to everybody, where you can use it. It's optimized for mobile, optimized for social, tells the story, it collects leads for you, and everybody gets it for free. So I've been working with Stephen Yee on that. Should be out in a couple of weeks, which is exciting. So those are some of the things that I get to work on now. But coming back around, I mean, Tony, for me, it's just, this business has completely changed my life. But it was because in the beginning, I gave everything I could to it, because I'd worked up until 34, right? From 18 serving tables to cleaning carpets to, finding MLM to software, that I'd never made money. Never. I listen to a lot of Jim Rohn, Brian Tracy, Les Brown, Darren Hardy. Ooh, he's my boy, Darren Hardy, right? Like, I've listened to so much personal development audio that when I finally found this opportunity, the one that I'd been hoping and dreaming and praying for, that had the upside, that actually was something that could completely change my life, I went all in on it. And that's the main thing that I would advise all of you, is that, Christopher Columbus, right? Burn the ships. We're not going home. And if you burn the ships on your past and commit to buying leads and commit to dialing the phone, great things can happen for your future, because the compound effect will ring true, is that your skill set will get better and better and better, where the things that are hard today will actually become enjoyable, because you've become so good at them, that things that other people that stop, right? You can tell the size of a man or woman, respect Rosalinda and all my girls on here, but you can tell the size of a person by the wall that gets in their way. And that's really where we live, is we try to just keep progressing and moving forward as an agency, or as a household, or as a me, right? So, but Tony, I'll pass it back to you for a second. If there's any kind of specific, more kind of topical questions, I'd love to dig in, or if anybody has questions, I'd love to answer them in the chat. I've sold thousands of policies. I've recruited hundreds of thousands of agents, and what you're going through, I'm certain I've gone through in some capacity.
So I do have a question for you. So as far as recruiting, obviously we both came from MLM systems, right? So yeah. I know over there it was like recruit, but if you can tell us why it's more beneficial to recruit at FFL versus where we used to be in MLM style formats, everybody not making money, to where you can make as much as you want here at FFL. What is your benefit to recruiting inside of FFL?
It's a great question. As I would say that the benefit here is that you can truly give someone a real opportunity, right? So when I worked my MLM that I was in, It doesn't exist anymore, right? Because most don't, right? They all disappear at some point. Was that I was giving someone a product or a service that they could buy. I was giving them a bill to start. And then I was hoping that I could turn them into some recruiting monster entrepreneur, right? Where they would make money by recruiting. And what's so great here is that we've all got agents that don't recruit a single person and they make six figures. And they're very happy just building or just selling. I apologize. And that's one thing where I think from our recruiting standpoint is that, if we make our 5 or 10% override based on what comp we've earned from selling, we can bring someone in here who just wants to sell too. They don't want to build. Great. They don't want to build today. Maybe we'll get them out in the future, but it's another person for our business that they, as a producer, can make an incredible income, and they don't have to go recruit. I had you take 500 people on my old company to make $1,000 a month, but they're all customers and they're happy, and we're not a pyramid scheme and all the stuff, but now you go to FFL and I'm like, I've got my wife's brother, his name's Drake. You'll start to see him on our leaderboards. And I pitched him day 1, right? Or maybe day 32, right? And I was starting selling. I was like, hey, you're in banking. I think you could be good at this. I don't know a ton about it. I'm brand new, but there's an overview video if you'll check it out, right? Great way to recruit, guys. When you're recruiting, direct someone to a tool. Right? They know you as you. Great, fun dancer, great person, brothers, cousin, son. They don't know you as this, really well established business professional. And from that, he was not interested. But he was like, it's not good timing for me. Fast forward 5 years. Now my wife's brother finally joined me in June, and he wrote $60K last month and just changed his whole life. It's incredible. Like he's like, I'm free. Every time I talk, he's like, I should have joined you back in 2018. And I'm like, hey, you're here now, man. It's part of your story. And so, but like with that, he makes great money and doesn't want to recruit right now. And I'm like, great. So like, I'm giving him an opportunity to make money, but for us though, as people who want to build or should want to build in some capacity, because you go from the business owner or you go from the employee to the business owner, right? Robert Kiyosaki's type stuff, where as a producer, we're great at producing. My wife has 2 brothers. The other brother, his name's Gabe. He joined me, and he did join me in 2018. Came out the gate. By the time his 3rd, 4th month, he was knocking out 20 to 30 a month, doing real good. And he sadly got into an accident on one of those like bird scooters, right? Those scooters that we used to have, Lime scooter. I think they're all over the place still. I don't know if they've gone away, but he got into an accident on one and he crashed and almost ripped his pinky off, right? Like his pinky, none of us want to be 9-fingered, but if you are, no one's judging. I mean, if I was 9-fingered, I'd still be me, but he's trying not to lose his finger. So he had to go through all these surgeries to like try to save his finger. And now it's like, you ever see him at convention? He's the guy walking around like this because they saved it, but it looks like that all the time. And he's like, funny, we don't call him 9-finger Gabe, but we could call him like hook finger or something, but no, I just call him Gabe. But what happens during the month that he's in the hospital, getting treatments, getting surgery, he can't run appointments because he's on drugs. He's got surgeries, he's got doctor's appointments. He's hurting, he's exhausted. I mean, he just broke the finger, but the rest of his body and I think his shoulder, everything was bruised. So as a business owner, you have income coming in when you're not working. As an employee, which he is, as just a single producer, he's not selling, he's not making money. So that's the next level goal, guys, is start to create something where you can make money passively, right? It's not that I'm making money off Marco and Carlos pays my bills. It's that I learned how to sell a ton of insurance. I teach them my word tracks. We have a good working business relationship. He can earn a higher comp, but I make 5 points. Would you give me 5%? You don't have to give me anything, but would you be okay if I made 5% off you if I taught you everything I know about business? Right? Probably, right? I'd hope so. Otherwise, he probably wouldn't join my team because he doesn't trust me. And that's okay. That's some people too. And Marco's great. But that's the concept of building a business and recruiting to become a business owner to insulate yourself and protect your family. God forbid something ever happens where we, have to sadly use the products we sell, versus just being a producer. So, let's just bet on time, get in here, sell, learn the skills, start making 20 families a month money, and then put yourself in a position where you start to teach others. And it doesn't have to be some rocket ship meteoric story but why not get 1-2 people? Why not get one new producer a month? How many should you talk to? Probably 10 to 20 people, right? Get 10 to 12 in class, 5 to 10 will finish, 3 to 4 will start to buy leads and write, and 1 to 2 will probably become writers. So if we start with one, like, let's just do one, let's everybody add one new writer in November. Would that be okay, Tony? If everybody got one person selling in November? And so as John Wetmore would say,
Absolutely.
we can't do less than one because it's zero. But if everybody sets a goal to get one extra person writing with them, you got to start with the 20. You're pitching the business, one a day. Just send them the overview link, have a conversation, invite them on a call to learn more about our business, and send them some overview videos. I always love to send training videos because I'm looking for people that can kind of sell and communicate. Why? Because they're just going to fit in our business easier. They just already kind of have a knack. They've just been selling the wrong stuff. But if you show them some training videos, they go, wow, these guys can have great word tracks. They know how to make stuff happen. And I use training videos because then it gives them a glimpse into what they're going to watch, what we do, and they're going to put themselves in a position of if they think they can do it themselves. That for me has been a great recruiting tool, is sending training videos, people saying, hey, check out this single mom, check out this dad, check out this kid. I mesh the training video with the person I'm trying to prospect. And so they can kind of see resemblances in themselves with that person. And then from there, your goal is to get them in class, or if they're already licensed, get them in contracting and help them sell one policy, right? That's a small goal, but help them get started. And then now you start to build something and progress. You start to build habits and a path to go, okay, I could do that more. Maybe I talk to 40 people this month. Maybe I talk to 40 people, but I get 25 in class instead of the 15, right? And your ratio starts to get better because you start to, build this business. That's really what happened for me, is I just had Craigslist ads out, Indeed ads out. What was the other one? ZipRecruiter ads out. And then from there, I started to build an archive or a repository of YouTube training videos that I posted all over YouTube, and people would watch them, and some would want to work with me and some wouldn't, right? And so that's really what your goal is, to start to create, skills for yourself that you can then teach other people to, and then they'll want to work with you, right? That's kind of how, that was a long answer to a short question, but.
No, I appreciate it. It's thorough. We like details. But next question, to follow up with that, I know as far as going through Indeed and putting yourself out there, what kind of advice would you have for everybody here to go recruit somebody in their warm market? What kind of encouragement, or what did you say to your brother-in-laws to be like, you got to join this business?
Yeah, I mirrored it on it earlier, but it's always like that. You can go two ways, right? I'm getting started in this new business. I'd love it if you check it out with me, right? So when you say check it out, you're asking for criticism, right? So I always be cautious. Like whenever they get done watching a video, you send them over a video. You don't say, what did you think, right? What did you think? That word specifically invites criticism. You say, what did you like best? Right? What did you like best about it? Right? So then they're going to go, I like the compensation. I like the team aspect. I like the fact you have leads. I like the fact you've got great training. What did you think about it? Well, how does the money work? Right? I want to hear just the positives. That's how you influence someone when you're recruiting them, is you say, what did you like best? But if it was someone in your warm market, it would say, hey, Sylvia, good to see you again. It's been some time. I just recently got started in this insurance thing, and I really like it. I was wondering, what are you doing for income right now? Are you still working at the school? Are you still serving tables? With your personality, I think you could be great at this. Right, so that's a very forward approach, right? If I'm forward for it, I think you would do with your person. I think you could crush it. It's compliment them. So use their most positive attribute, right? With your network, I think you could crush it, right? What do they have that's a positive attribute that you can compliment that maybe they would want to then go learn more about it? So that's second angle. And then another angle is like, hey, Sylvia, great to see you. It's been some time. I was working over at the mall selling, I used to work at the mall, selling sushi at the mall, the whitest dude at the sushi restaurant. And I'm Hispanic, I'm half Mexican. So you figure that out, right? But I would go, I was having fun over there. I just got started selling insurance. It's working great for me. My company has a surplus of leads, right? So this is an indirect approach. My company has a surplus of leads. Sylvia, do you know anybody that's looking for a part-time sales job? Well, what is it? Well, it's insurance. They have, my company has so many leads of people requesting coverage. We're having a hard time of getting all these clients taken care of. Do you know anybody that's looking for a part-time sales job? Indirect approach. Part-time, very low threatening sales job. You're saying the fact it's not clerical work, it's not admin work, it's sales. Oh, I hate sales. I don't want to do sales. Yeah, perfect. Let me know if you think of anybody. Or my brother, he'd be good. Or Sylvia goes, I'm super outgoing. I was a captain of the cheerleading team and I did, dance in high school and I was part of the student council. Do you think that I could apply? Right? If you create this, if you elevate it instead of it like desperation, right? Then people go, I'd like to learn more. Well, tell me more about that, right? And being short and quick, just like with our clients. Recruiting is the same way. And our clients, hey, listen, Tony, I'm slammed right now. I got 14 families to see tomorrow. I got a 10:15 or a 10:45. Which work better for you, right? Hey, Tony, I got nobody to sell tomorrow. I hope you buy a policy so I can make rent. What time can we sell you a policy tomorrow, right? I mean, like, versus like, Tony, yeah, listen, I'm a broker. I'm licensed in 19 states. I'm contracted with over 20 companies. And my job is just to get this requested coverage facilitated. And we've got this packet on my desk. It looks like are you available now? Can you grab a pen real quick? No, I'm slammed. Okay, perfect. Well, what time tomorrow do you work for you? Mornings or nights? Are you retired or disabled, right? We all know the lines, right? 10:15 or 10:45. We're pushing for business. So in like recruiting, it's not, yeah, perfect. My company's looking for some part-time sales reps. Do you know anybody that's looking? I don't know any. Okay, cool. I got to go. Right. Like if you're desperate in our sales, we're not going to close. If we're desperate in recruiting, it stinks. Right. We're just trying to put hooks in the water. Right. We're a big fishing boat and we want to catch some tuna. Right. That'll be delicious. Right. But I would love to catch. I just want to drag I want more hooks in the water behind my boat than anybody else. And the more hooks you get in the water, the more chances you have to catch someone to work on your team. I mean, said with, you get my analogy, but the same thing works with clients. The more leads I buy, the more hooks I've got in the water, or more fish I've got in my little pond that I'm just going to put the net in, and grab some fish out the net. So that would be some 3 different warm market approaches that I would start with.
And then as far as I know, you said when you guys started at FFL, were you married already, or did you get married when you got into FFL?
I was married, and I was married.
You were married.
I was married for my daughter Cameron was 5. I was 5 years married with 2 kids. And my wife had been with me from day one. And we met when I was serving tables at the mall. No, not the mall. I apologize. I picked up shifts at a local resort down here to make money for our wedding. And I was a winner because I had no license, because I was a degenerate in my younger ages of life. And if any of you made mistakes, hey, I'm at the top of the list. So you have done it, right? I know all the tricks my boys are about to pull. It's gonna be no go. I'm gonna be camped right outside. But my wife met me, and we, it's my best sales pitch of my life, and we progressed, got married, and I went off on. I was finishing my MLM adventure, then I got in my software adventure. And none of them were, I met the goals that I had in my own head, right? From the life that we design, right? Life by design, Tim Ferriss, right? Where's the opportunity to create the life by design? And that's where, thank God, we ran an insurance, and I had to have, a hard conversation with my wife about, this is the 3rd opportunity you've seen me sell you on, that our life's going to be incredible. And we're going to finally be able to buy a home and all this stuff I'd been promising for half a decade. That I was like, this is it. And she's like, okay. And if you have any unsupportive spouse or doubting people in your life, work harder than they've ever seen you work, and you'll get their trust, and you'll get them to champion behind you, because unsupportive spouse just becomes they're trying to protect themselves because they don't want to get hurt too. We're okay as the crazy entrepreneurs to get hurt because we understand it's just part of the process. They're our support system, right? There's someone that's supposed to, be there for emotional stability, take care of the household, be there for us on down days, build us up. But if they go, yeah, you're going to do it, and then we failed them again, now they've made a decision to back us, and we let them down too. And all they're trying to do is protect themselves. And so if you want to prove to your partner that this is the deal, then give up everything. I didn't do softball. I didn't go watch Thursday night football. I didn't go to my buddy's house for birthday parties. I didn't watch a sport for 2 years because I was working 6 days a week. I'd get up at 6, 7 a.m. I'd spend time with the kids till 7. I'm either in the office on Mondays and Thursdays till 9 o'clock at night, gone, like not available. Dad is dialing the phone or recruiting on Mondays and Thursdays all day long. And then on Tuesday, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays, I'm leaving the house by 7:30. First appointment by 8:30, depending on the distance. I got my cooler bag with my LaCroix and my protein drinks from Costco, and hitting up Chick-fil-A, and I'm gone till 10 o'clock at night, 4 days a week. Sunday was family day, right? Weirder than that, we go out to breakfast, go to church, go shopping, family day, and back at it on Monday. And that was 24 months straight, because I'd had freedom. I'd had a casual, do whatever I want life. I'd taken all the time to go to all the birthday parties and all the, fun events and all the dance recitals that I wanted to go to, but I missed him for a couple years. And now she still dances. And now I don't have to worry about anything, right? So like, we sell ourselves on that we deserve this, when the reality is we're not working hard enough to actually deserve it. And so if you can just give up things for a short period of your life and make massive advancement, then you'll create what you're actually truly chasing. And you should, right? I knew in selling my third month, I was like, this is insane. Like, I'd never had money like that. And like, granted, I reinvested in the business. I'm buying leads, right? I'm, by my 9th month, I hired my first staff, who's been with me for 5 years now, who's incredible. Without her, the business wouldn't be where it is. But you have to bet on yourself. That's our job. And if your spouse or someone in your life is unsupportive, it's just because you've let them down before. And I'd let my wife down before. I'd failed everything I'd ever done until I stopped, until I didn't. Right. And that's the entrepreneur roller coaster. You fail until you find it. And this should be it for you, right? The upside with leads and the crazy high comp and the ridiculous training and the great culture and environment. Maybe you're destined for something else. I don't know, but this is a good place to make a bunch of money and then go off and become an architect or a chef or open your own restaurant or whatever other things you want to do. But the ROI on leads to turnaround, on leads to cash flow is amazing here. So that for me was hard. It was hard, right? It was hard to miss things for 2 years, but I'd been to everything for the past 5. And it was time for dad to be dad and to sit down and focus and create something that I'd been selling my family on until we got to that point. So if that resonates with anybody, it's worth it. If I can put a period at the end of that sentence.
And how old are your kids now, Grady?
So we had when I started, we had 3. And then obviously the best salesman in the house is my wife. And we have 4. And now we're done, but beyond done. But they're 3, 5, 8, and 10. So dude, it's a full job. Action-packed house. And sometimes it's so noisy. My wife and I look at each other across the kitchen island, and then we go, I basically go, you did this to us. And she goes, I'm sorry. And then we'd go, but look how cute they are. And then, you go on. But that's, I love my children. It's the greatest thing ever in the world to have kids and be able to try to be a good example for them, and which forces you to be a better version of yourself. So if you don't have kids, I'm not saying go get pregnant or get some chick pregnant, but I'm kind of saying that, right? But
Don't do it.
get something bigger than yourself. And I always think about it like this, Tony, is I got myself to the point in life as far as I could. And I was, I can talk. I think I'm a decent dancer. No, I'm not a good dancer at all. I try to enjoy life. Right. But like, you can only get so far on your own, I think, at least for most people, at least for me, until you attach yourself to something else that you want to become your mission, right? Like, I got myself to, an apartment and a house at, in my late 30s, early 20s, until I met my wife. And then all of a sudden it's like, I want to build something great with you. And so whether that's a significant other, or it's children, or it's your parents you want to take care of, or it's your, a life you had on your dream board for a decade, and you finally see this opportunity, something that you could go get, like, pick a bigger goal, right? Have a BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goals. And when you start to do that, you start to shake, you start to get rid of all those around you that have small dreams, have small goals. Like, some of my best friends they're content with being content. And I'm like, hey, you're fun to hang out with once a month, but you're not someone I'd ever go into business with. And that's okay. Let them live their life. And you go be inspirational, right? It's okay to be the most ambitious person in your friend group. That's okay. And it's
A
pretty.
quick question. How long did it take you to become an integrity partner?
3 years.
3 years. So
Yeah.
I want you guys to kind of think about everything he's been saying. Why? Because he spent 7 years at an MLM, in an MLM system, getting into software, building a company, and then still have, and now having kids at this time, married, trying to figure it out, right? Because he was ambitious and was like, I know there's something bigger for me out there versus just being content. And then still saying, I gotta put in work for the next 2-3 years. And then being blessed, obviously, to partner up with integrity. But
Yeah.
just take that into consideration. I'm not Shawn Mike, Grady, Josh and Londra. Nobody here is telling you that you're gonna have to give up the next 10 years of your life. But everybody seems to be saying the next 24 to 48 months, if you can do that, you will be set for the rest of your life. The Polcyn, last name is definitely cemented in history. The legacy is there. He got 4 kids, right? You have boys, girls
Two and
combined,
two. Two
two
and
and
two,
two.
man.
So just think of that for a second of what his kids are going to be able to look up as a dad. Like, this guy, yeah, he might have not went to every birthday party, every barbecue, but every Sunday he was there, and every other day he was working. And now I don't know why we have money. I don't know why he got so much money, right? An old mentor of mine was like, I'm rich, not you, right? The kids still have to learn how to work and stuff, right? But think of where he's at today, just from thinking, okay, if I can just give this another 2-3 years, right? Some of us, or some of you, have gone to college where you went 3, 4, 5, 6 years to just go get an associate's or a bachelor's, right? Think if you do that here and you put in that work that he's talking about, that discipline, that schedule to do it no matter what, where you guys will be. Grady, I definitely want to respect your time. Is there any last words that you might have for the organization?
Sure. I would say, I would leave with this. One of the recent thoughts I've had is, first, I appreciate you so much, Tony. Thank you. But the understanding of leads, right? A lot of us have come from maybe only IUL models or referral-based models, which are fine models to add on to. But I love our lead model because whether you get them, right? Wherever you get them. But our lead model says that it's someone, a stranger who has raised their hand and says, I love my family so much. I want a stranger to reach out to me to talk about how I can protect them better. And for me, that concept continues to ring in my ears because, like, I only got one Uncle Larry and one Aunt Judy. And, my sister's husband doesn't like me so much. He's kind of a dork, but like they don't want to buy insurance from me because he's got his own policy with his own guy. Right. So, like, there's the end. Like, and now I've just got to, like, dig through Uncle Larry and Aunt Judy's friend network at the church and his job up in Reno, or I can swipe my card and buy interested people. And for me, when that concept took off, like that for me was far and wide, because I did the MLM deal where I was like, when my company got shut down by the FTC, my company Vima, I had all kinds of assholes from previous businesses that I try to recruit into it, tagging me in posts on the Arizona Republic page, Facebook page, sending me pictures. Hey, how you doing now? And bro, that burned. It burned so bad. But then you fast forward to today, one dude still serves tables. I think one dude,
Look at me now.
I think one dude works at like waste management, but I'm just like, hey, I'm not, it is what it is. That's life. But what I'm trying to say is, though, our business, by having leads, is the differentiator, because our comp is so high, we can afford, like any normal business, to reinvest into leads. If we had a restaurant on a busy street corner, we only get money if people walk in that restaurant. So if I got a chicken suit dude out in the corner spinning a sign, I got a banner, I got a billboard above it with an arrow pointed down that says, mention this billboard and get a free appetizer. If I'm doing flyers in the Walmart parking lot around the restaurant where my restaurant is, I mean, maybe it's a Target. If I'm going to do a restaurant, it's going to be in a Target parking lot. But, nothing wrong with Walmart, but, I'm trying to get to Target people. That's a Target Walmart joke. But in that same sense, that's marketing cost to get people through the front door. Our marketing cost is to swipe the card, get interested people, and dial the crap out of them. And they're interested and they love their family so much, they're asking the internet for someone to help them talk about life insurance. So that, for me, guys, was a huge component that made sense to me. And if you want to build a business, pitch that, sell that message, because that's where we differentiate. And for you as producers, double down on yourself, double down on your skills and push yourself, because when you start to build those skills and you have massive confidence on the phone or in the home, nothing stops you. So Tony, thank you for your time. Thank you for you guys for your attention. I appreciate you. If I can help you with anything, please don't hesitate to reach out, guys.
Thank you, Grady. Definitely appreciate you.
Got it, brother. Talk soon, guys. Bye for now.
All right, we'll see you, Grady. So before we end the call, what was something you guys definitely got from Grady? I got Marco Ramos ear to ear smiling. Anybody want to unmute? Rosalinda looks like she wants to unmute. She's trying to figure out how to unmute.
For me, this one hit really hard that he said, are you working hard enough to deserve it? That one was, so don't be desperate.
Thank you for sharing. Anybody else?
For me, I'm just trying to get that first recruit for November. Get one recruit.
There you go. You get one guy, you become intentional. One becomes 2 a month, then becomes 3, 4, and then you're going to want to go get 10, 20, 30, 40. So, and that's how we build an organization. Believe it or not, it starts with you. Remember, an organization starts with you. Everybody on this call is an organization, right? So again, if you're by yourself, that's just an organization with one person. But then it can become 2, right? Marco brought on his cousin Evelyn, and then he brought on his other cousin. That's now an organization of 3. And you just continue to build it like that, right? Go on to the next and go on to the next. Anybody else? We got Oliver in Florida, Nebraska. I don't even know.
Put down on your skills and time, and just just keep learning. Just don't give up.
That's right, Evelyn.
I liked how he said the 2 to 3 years, how he put so much work into it that now he's basically set,
Yeah, absolutely. And again, and I know a lot of the integrity partners, they don't say how the money, the integrity partnership, all that really changed their life. They're very humble. If there's one thing I can tell you about all the integrity partners, very, very humble. You're probably thinking like, oh, integrity partnership, awesome. No, you guys got to remember that these individuals got multi-million-dollar payouts. They got a lot of stocks of integrity marketing groups. So again, these guys are getting dividends every year that the company's growing. They're going to get another payout. Like they're set for life. When I say they're set, I mean, they're set. They're wealthy people that are taking time out of their day to continue to help others become integrity partners. So yeah, just to think in the next 2-3 years, you can be set for the rest of your life, but it is going to come with a different commitment where I'm going to work 6 days a week, maybe even 7, but figuring out a schedule where, hey, some of us have 1 kid, 2 kids. This guy got 4 kids under the age of 10. I got to talk to my wife about that if Grady could do it. She's smiling in the back over here. She's like, no. But Grady has 4 kids under the age of 10. Like, just think about that. If he can figure it out, we can figure it out too, right? This guy was waiting tables. So again, doesn't matter what your background is. Doesn't matter, like he said, he messed up a lot. It doesn't matter what your past is. It just matters about, hey, how much are you going to improve every day? Like Evelyn said, hey, I just need to get my skills up every single day. I got to get better. I got to plug into calls. I got to get into sales seminars, annual events, wherever these top producers and builders are at. I got to fill my head with more and more knowledge and then go implement, right? Don't just get stuck on the knowledge part, go implement so that you can continue to go and then teach the next person, right? But it's good seeing Oliver right there. It looks sunny, so I'm not sure if he's in Nebraska, thumbs up, or Florida.
I'm currently in Nebraska right now. I just got here a few days ago. Got to do annual reviews and then try to find 401ks. I already found one.
There you go. Good stuff, Oliver. Good stuff.
Yeah, now that I'm a mute, biggest thing that I got, just go all in, whatever that is, 12 months, 24 months, 36 months, but do it all in, not just, a lot of people, and I'm guilty of this, 90-day plan, right? 90-day plan doesn't mean 3 months. 90-day plan is like the 74-hour thing. It's like you messed up one day, you restart again. How long is it gonna take you to do 90 days? But 90 days is 90 days, not 3 months. That's the biggest thing that I got right now. So, yeah.
There you go. Appreciate it. Anybody else have anything else to say? Marco's still smiling from ear to ear.
Man, you know me. I love soaking in information, man. I love soaking it in, and no, I ain't smoking. And man, I just like smiling, man. Life is a blessing, and when you wake up, when you can wake up, and realize that you're blessed, it'll give you purpose to want to go out, man. What he said, key things I took away: don't be desperate. Don't be desperate, and create a skill for yourself. Make yourself a resource, make yourself valuable, give yourself purpose. Yeah.
Awesome. I appreciate it, brother. Well, I appreciate you guys jumping on. I know times again, life has changed for Grady Polcyn, and he was able to jump on at 2 o'clock. I said, don't worry about it. We're going to adapt. We're going to improvise, and we're going to figure it out. So I appreciate all of you guys jumping on at 2 p.m. today. He appreciates it, and he's here to help us. So if you guys have any more questions, reach out to him on social media. Shoot us a message. Say, hey, we'd love to hear this from him. If you guys want to know more about maybe, I know we didn't cover annual events because we want to respect his time. We asked him for 30 minutes. We went over. But again, he's here to help us. If you guys have anything else, and let's grow. Like Alfonso said, let's go get that one in November. You guys have a great day, all right? We'll see you guys.
Thank you too.
Thank you, Tony.